You are also in an environment where you've seen drugs and gangs and the forgotten ones and the ones that people look at, especially adults, and think, well, they're no good, right? That's not okay,
Right.
because they're wrong, right? And I see you as a young leader, smart, vibrant woman, beautiful, and I know you can kick some ass.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, that's a woman, that's a young woman. There isn't a separation between being beautiful, being smart, or being able to handle your shit, right?
Yeah.
Or have your voice, or speak up for yourself.
That's so true.
And you are all of that.
Wow.
What does Sparky say? And a bag of Cheetos? What did she say?
And a bag of chips. You're all that and a bag of
She always
chips.
says like in a bag of chips.
You know, I'm a snack, I'm just kidding. But that's what we say in our school. Like you're a full course meal. Like if you're killing it kind of thing. But yeah, that's a good analogy. I appreciate that. You're so sweet, Danielle.
Well, it's true. That's why you're sitting there, right?
But so, where am I looking? That's why I'm.
You look straight in the camera.
Okay.
And deliver a message to the youth, or you can talk to me. It's entirely up to you. You can go back and forth,
Yeah,
whatever.
all right. It's kind of like, sorry, Dan, Joe. If you're telling Danny a story or you're kind of philosophizing, right? Philosophy. You can be with her, but when you really want to address, because we're talking to you guys, yeah. This is your peers. These are even younger, okay? Because this thing's gonna live on. So coming up in it. So when you want to talk to them, boom, right to it. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
You look beautiful. Let's do your
I
thing.
feel like I have a
What?
burp coming, but I don't
Let
know.
it rip.
Ooh, no, I don't like totally do it.
Can we get a
like-
level? We need a burp level. Our little Mackenzie, who stars in our
Oh, the
video,
fuck,
she gives us
yeah.
levels by burps. She's in a wheelchair. She's little. And I go, give me a level. She goes, what do you mean? I go, just burp. She's like, "Arr." I'm like,
I can't like burp, but it's just like, like a bubble right there. Anyways, whatever, it's okay.
do you want some water? Are you okay?
No, I'm good. I'm totally
Good.
good. I was just like, I thought I had one, but it's gone now.
Cool.
Okay, it's all good. Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So I just want you to introduce yourself, and then just speak from your heart.
Okay, so my name is Arianna Thamas. I go to El Camino High School. I'm a junior, and I would like to say that I'm a pretty great leader at a young age, but not just a leader, but a listener. Because all leaders need to listen. And my volunteerism, my leadership does come from giving back to the community, which it all started from the Boys and Girls Club of Oceanside. And I would always go and visit these broken and shattered souls, because we live in the gutters of Oceanside, where drugs and violence and all these things can be prevalent within our society. And the need to address that comes from mentorship and being in those situations where you can learn from those shattered souls and shattered hearts, where you can mend them. That's where we come in as teens and as advocates, where we can make a change, because they listen to you. Whether you like it or not, they retain that. In the back of their heads, you're telling them these things, and in the future, it really does come back to them. And personally, for me, I didn't have that mentor when I was growing up. I mean, I did have my mother, but she was constantly abused by my father, they came from the war-torn areas of Afghanistan, and so having that just toll on me, and the constant nights of abuse and brutal battles that we would have to fight as a family from my father was very difficult. And especially being with the psychiatrist and having to deal with those problems at a constant basis was very difficult for me and my family. So being able to actually understand the life that kids go through, and maybe kids who do go through worse lives than you, it's so great to hear their stories and ensure that we actually don't live alone in this society, and that we do make a difference with what we do, which is something so great that I want to bring to Grandma Sparky and her message of empowerment and igniting what's right through the power of love, because that is what mends society. That is what mends us all to do what we love and our passions. So my goal as an individual is to make that message come through, that love does unite us all, and that we do make a difference through whatever it may be. And knowing that nobody should stop you from committing your goal and your dreams, and that once we realize what that is, we can go very far. A lot of people go wrong with that dream, whether it be money-driven or within the wrong spirit and the people they're surrounded by. But having that team next to you, by having those people that give you encouragement every day, and those mentors, we're able to heal a broken world. Yeah, I don't know if you want to give me. I feel like I'm rambling on
We're
here.
letting you go.
Okay.
I know it's weird because we're not having a conversation, but that was beautiful. Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Just getting to the end of that thought. I'm looking through you at the camera right now. So you're just getting to the end of that thought, and we're just holding space for you.
Oh,
we're not
okay.
responding, which you might be used to, or we're actually not responding to you right now. We're doing our
Okay.
best not to go, yeah, I hear what you're saying, girl.
Yeah,
We're
right.
actually
I totally
quiet, so it
understand.
might seem odd, yeah. Because
Aw,
we're reacting to you.
thank you.
Yeah,
Oh my
we're
gosh.
actually holding it in, so.
Because that's what kids soul speak is. You're speaking from
You're,
the soul.
that's exactly what
See,
you're doing.
I know you do give me that moment. I kind of want. I was like, I could go on and on, but I didn't want to continue.
But that's the point I want to make, is
Uh-huh.
that we are paying attention, and when you get to when you feel it's time to stop, just stop,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
And just give me that nice hard stop.
Okay.
Just come to the end of a stop. And that's it. Yeah, that's a hard stop. And now it gives
Okay.
you a room to cut.
Okay. Totally.
Great start.
So-
How do you feel?
I'm feeling great. This is fun to do, honestly. I kind of like giving this message
Can we
out there
go
because it's
backwards
good.
for 1 second?
Yes, we can.
You brought up some stuff about your family. I'm not going to dig too deep into it, but
I
just-
would, yeah.
Yeah, about pain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you have this, and you shared something I didn't know. So you have this gorgeous bright light around you, tons of energy, right? Tons of love that you give to your peers and young. I've seen you demonstrate it to everyone. Hey, what's your name? You're Reggie, right? This is the Ari I know. But it's coming from a place. There's some darkness here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can we just go there for just a second? Like what was dark, and how did you get to the light? How did you
Okay.
transform?
I see. Okay. All right. So, ever since I was young and my parents immigrated from Afghanistan to America, I'm a first generation Afghan American, and my parents really taught me the true life of living the American dream. My mother worked countless hours and worked hard shifts every night so that we were able to benefit from what society gave us and the life that we were supposed to go for. But it would constantly deteriorate my pride and my confidence when every day I would see the bruises I would see under my mother's eye, and I was believing it was makeup, and the knife that was held under my brother's throat that nearly ended his life because of the trauma that we would receive from our father. And you know, God does teach you that we should forgive those who have done bad to us, and I know in the future I will have to forgive those that done harm to me, and I know that that's the only way we can repair our broken wounds, is to revisit those lives and ensure that we can actually mend those holes that we always had. But overall, I did retain some PTSD with that experience because I was so traumatized by everything that I was seeing with the people who I loved being hurt, and the nights where I would see the flickering of blue and red lights coming from a police car, and knowing that there may not have been a better day. But after my long, dark, deep tunnel, there was light. There was that light that I could see and I could reach, and it was so close and so crisp and clear when I attended an after-school program where I met my mentors through the Boys and Girls Club, and I had that father figure for me, Mr. Mike Hollins. He's a great mentor there, and everybody loves him so much, and he is just that same role that I always wanted when I saw girls holding the hands of their fathers, or I saw the fathers, you know, playing sports with them or playing football or basketball, and he was that figure for me. Mr. Mike was such a great mentor and kind soul that would help heal those wounds, that whenever I need someone to talk to, whenever I needed to grow out of my shell. And through the performing arts program there, Mr. J-Dub, I had countless mentors that was able to lift me from my broken soul that I always had to go through and endure, and realize that I do have a passion, that I do have a purpose in this life. And being able to send that message to other generations is what lifts me every day and what encourages me. And so now, creating the Youth Success Week program at our school, I'm able to talk with the administrators at my school. I'm able to connect with youth every day, whether it be Mondays and Fridays dedicated to going to the Boys and Girls Club and mentoring those souls that I love to see every day, the members that I visit. That's my motivation. That's my motivation in life, because I have found my passion, which is being an advocate, which is being an ear for someone who needs that, someone to listen to, because I didn't have that when I was growing up. And now I know what I need to do in order to fix that before that problem is caused, where maybe another person will die from suicide or from self-destruction or anything that can get down upon them, and having those words of encouragement, because that is not what's given in our society today. So cut.
Cut. That was a perfect cut. Ooh, Ari, so good.
I don't
Just
know
coming
what
out,
else.
right? Is it just coming out?
Yeah, there's a lot of good things.
There was so much good stuff. How you went from your dark and this brightness, and then how you're going to make it different. It's so beautiful.
You're
So
so
I'd love to
sweet.
talk to that. And then we'll
Yes.
let you go, okay?
Oh, no problem.
So you've made a shift. And you've come into your heart, and now and you just said it exactly. I've said yes, but now I got the ears of the administration. People are listening to you. So I want you to share that. What do you want people to know? What do you want your peers to know? What do you want the little kids to know? What's coming?
Okay. Oh, ooh, there we go. There was that word. Okay.
Yeah, cleared it.
I know. I'm like trying to okay. So my process here, I kind of think about what I do really quick.
You're good,
so I'm gonna
buddy.
just think. Okay. So I'm gonna go back on. Is it recording?
Rolling.
Oh, it's been rolling.
The whole time.
Okay. All right. So let me get back to where I was going. So when I was younger, a lot of people think, oh, Arianna, you're so good. You do it all. You're a natural born leader. However, that's not how it all started. It comes from a time where you learn from that experience to get you out of that shell, to understand why you were here, why you were born, and the difference you can make. Because my true quote or my true initiative is that success is given through community service, through whoever you're impacting, really. It's the younger generation that takes us to the next generation, and being able to start that at a young age is better than now or later, that kind of whole thing. But when it comes to leading, it doesn't matter when, it doesn't matter where, it matters now. And so that's where it comes in, where I had a choice whether I wanted to go and follow that deep path of drugs, violence, and abuse, or would I rather just be someone better, be someone that I knew who was courageous, religious, and motivating, and able to give back that same message that I wasn't able to receive when I was younger. And through that past, through those experiences that I was continuously developing within, I learned that I can be somebody better. I learned that with giving back, I learned that with helping others pursue their goals and not thinking more about yourself, not being so egocentric. And a lot of people ask me this when you speak, how are you such a great speaker? But it's being less egocentric and thinking about yourself and actually thinking about what you can do and the impact you make on your audience. And that's what I focus on, spreading that love and kindness through my impact and through the connection that I have with people, because that's who I care about the most. Now, coming back to leadership, it doesn't matter if you're shy, it doesn't matter if you're an extrovert, but we all come from somewhere. And it doesn't matter what that background may be, and it doesn't matter about the adversity that we come from. It depends on how well you want to pursue that goal and the initiative you take in your heart and in your mind to say that this is who you are and this is what you want to become, and less thinking about what society wants you to be. And leaving those oppressions and leaving those past figures behind you, it will help us succeed further in life and what we actually want to do. Currently, I am the San Diego County Youth of the Year. So that encompasses going around and traveling, as well as working well within your community and actually working with partners within your community to help fight a common goal and problems within our society. And so this includes going and traveling from regional, state, and to national level. And my main goal is to make it into the White House and actually have a voice there to make change within my personal Boys and Girls Club and within my community, as I work closely with the K's board and Community Alliance through Youth Success, right? So we want to mention that. But as well as that, I had something else I want to say. Cut, by the way. I had something else I wanted to say, though. Oh, my gosh. What was it? Youth of the Year. Okay. I think I had something, but I don't know. Do you guys know what I was on to? I'm kind of like a ADHD speaker. Like, I go from topic.
Thinking,
I relate
right.
to that.
I don't know.
But you were talking about all this traveling and sharing this message, and you were going out
where is
all
it?
around. And,
Right.
And this leadership quotient that come from within it. You can do it at any time or anywhere.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Let me think. This is the process of how I go with speaking.
We're
I'm
holding
sorry
your
about
space.
that.
We're fine.
I wanted to focus on, okay. All right, so through mentors and past mentors such as Sparky, Jada, Mr. Mike, like I mentioned before, they are what enabled me to get out of my shell and to be able to actually work with people around me and making sure that I make something good out of it instead of something negative. Looking at the positive side of things really helps me more as a person and how I take my life. And that is something that kids nowadays, the stigma is around depression and being someone who you're not, which is something that needs to be broken. That cycle that continues to hurt us is something that should be stopped. And me being able to be provided that platform, to be provided with those people around me, is what motivates me every day to do something better, to create change. And one of my quotes that I used for my Youth of the Year competition was that we're all orbiting around the planet let me say that one again. Okay. And one of the Youth of the hold on. At the Youth of the Year competition, one of my quotes was that we are all orbiting around the planet of our dreams, but it is our initiative, our decision if we want to land. And so that's one of the main things that I encourage, and I hope that I can impact everyone around me and making sure that we can make this world truly a better place. Okay.